Hello, everyone. I'm the Fiery Diva, and welcome to the Hot Flash Room. Today's commentary. What about the black vote? What about it? First of all, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hot Flash Room. What is the Hot Flash Room? It's a 10-minute, it's a metaphor. It's a 10 that consists of a 10-minute commentary. Sometimes the diva gets really fired up and cranked up, baby. And then it just goes into maybe a few minutes over. Okay, but yeah, that is the Hot Flash Room. And who is the Fiery Diva? The Fiery Diva has a radio and television background from the South, born and raised in the South, grew up in an all-white town. So I like to talk about things on a Southern perspective, okay? From a Southern woman's perspective and her point of views. Now, a lot of people won't agree with Diva, right? And that's okay. Let's agree to disagree. Okay? I can only speak for what I see. Okay, but it's all about the clips, okay? That is what gives me my charge. So hold on tight. And we're gonna go fly on into this commentary, okay?
55% of Latino men voted for Trump. Why do you think that happened?
Well, I think that economically, they were looking at things. First of all, in this country, you've got Cubans, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Guatemalans, Venezuelans, Colombians, et cetera, et cetera. And if you talk to the Hispanic community, depending on who you're talking to, they think differently. The Cubans think differently than the Dominicans. The Dominicans think different than Colombians. To some, the economy was a priority. To some, believe it or not, it was the border. Yeah. You had some folks within the Hispanic populace that were encouraging the borders to be closed.
They want to pull the.
But here's why that's so imperative. It's so important because we're not Latinos. We're not Latinos. We're not Latinos. They're telling you that's what we want. Yeah. We have to stay online. We have to.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have one more, okay? And we're going to fly right on into this. And thank you for joining me today in the Hot Flash Room.
Last week, we reported on the Harris campaign raising over $1 billion in fundraising, but ending the campaign with a $20 million deficit. We're now learning more about these celebrity splurge expenses, where some of the money went late in the campaign. The Harris campaign paid $1 million to Oprah Winfrey's productions company on October 15th, according to a Washington Examiner analysis. The payment coming after Winfrey hosted a star-studded town hall in September for Vice President Kamala Harris. Winfrey also appeared at Harris's final rally in Philadelphia on the eve of the election, offering her endorsement for the VP. The report also says the Harris campaign spent six figures to create a custom set for Harris's appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast. The interview was filmed in a Washington, D.C. hotel room and aired in October as an effort to connect with young women voters. In addition to the media appearances, the campaign also splurged on bringing in high-profile singers to perform in key battleground states in the days before the election. On the eve of the election, the Harris campaign paid for John Bon Jovi to perform in Detroit, Michigan, Christina Aguilera in Las Vegas, Nevada, Katy Perry in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Lady Gaga in Philadelphia. 3 days before the election, the campaign had rapper 2 Chainz perform at a rally in Atlanta, Georgia. The gamble of this star power winning over voters at the last minute cost the campaign more than $20 million, according to a New York Post analysis of the money. There was also an ad blitz by the campaign. About $700 million went toward advertising overall, including millions in the final days of the campaign, displaying ads on the Las Vegas Sphere. We told you Friday Harris staffers spoke with several news outlets, expressing their frustrations with how the sum of money was spent, saying the focus on celebrity endorsements and high-profile media appearances were the ideas of the campaign chair. Ideas these staffers say they disagreed with. The campaign's leadership is reportedly feeling the pressure.
Okay, enough. I mean, I've only got 10 minutes, right? And I've already used like 4. Okay, what about the black vote? Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, first of all, the black vote hasn't even been the point of discussion. That's all you've heard. It's the Latino vote, right? So I'm gonna tell you what the Dems did right in your face. They built an entire voting block right in your face. Yes, they brought all the migrants over here. Now you've got people that have businesses over here, much more successful than black owned businesses. And I can't speak for anywhere else. I can only speak for the South. Okay? Now, that's all they're concerned about. You see how they threw y'all under the bus? Yeah, I knew it. And first of all, for you guys who don't know me, I'm from the South, grew up in the South, born and raised in the South. So I know how everything works, okay? So I don't cape for either party because I know at the end of the day, they got one interest, and that's not to give you anything, to make sure you don't make it in any kind of way, okay? As long as you up under them and you work for them, you are fine. So I do know that. And so people are like, oh, well, it looks like Biden has invited Trump to the White House. I'm sure he has, okay? It would not surprise me if Biden voted for Trump. Y'all can't possibly think that Biden was okay with this. His wife is showing you everything. She's showing you everything. Did she go out and campaign with Kamala? I don't think so. They had to pull out Hillary Clinton, okay, to come and campaign for her. Okay, so I mean, just read between the lines here. Pay attention, family. Just pay attention. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the real reason why and why Latinos feel the way they do. Because I'm telling you, again, I grew up in the South, born and raised in the South. And I'm going to tell you what's really going on. Okay, I remember I went to school with this girl. We were classmates, right? And she told me that her father would not allow her to date other Latinos. She could not. She had to date white or nothing at all. And of course, you know, black was off the radar completely. But yes, let me tell you something. The people like that have, you know, they're successful and they're over here in America and, you know, they feel like, okay, you guys are making us look bad. We are better than you. We have made it. Okay, the same way in white America. Okay, because I grew up around white people and, you know, I've had friends and they were poor white friends. And I'm going to tell you, there's nothing worse to a white person than being called poor white trash. I'm telling you what it is. And then black people, we're the same way. We get a little money and we get all bougie. We don't want to be around black people. We don't want to be in the black neighborhood. We don't want to be around black people, period. Okay, that's the same with the Latinos. They feel the same way and they feel like these people have broke in front of the line here. We had to wait all these years to get our green card and to be legal, and then you come over here, you get money and everything. So no, that's why they're feeling that way. Because I had somebody come to the family business, told me the same thing. He was from Peru. He told me the same thing, ladies and gentlemen, and he's been over here for years. Loyal customer of the family business, okay? Now, here we go. Blacks. Didn't you guys know that these people were not going to vote Kamala Harris in? They didn't give it to Sarah Palin. They didn't give it to Nikki Haley. They didn't give it to Hillary Clinton. Did you think for 1 minute that they was going to give this to Kamala Harris? But I'm just saying, here, let's get back to the commentary, getting off script here. What about the black vote? What about the black vote? They hadn't even mentioned you, okay? They threw you completely under the bus. And if I was black people, I am, but I'm just saying, if I were black Democrats, let me just put it that way, I would really reconsider next election. I really would. I know this hadn't changed anybody's minds, I'm sure, but I'd really reconsider. You see how they hadn't even paid you any attention. And then let me tell you how they got the gall. And go and check out that commentary I did, Be Quiet, Sonny Halston. You see how they blame black men for the fall. No. How dare you sit here and blame black men? Well, they didn't vote for a black woman and she supported you and all that. No. Now, if she is black, and I'm not going to go back and forth with you, but that was one black woman that was not. She didn't marry anybody that looked like them, and she was throwing them in prisons from what I'm understanding. But hey, To each his own. I don't know. I'm just saying what I heard, okay? But listen, no, they're leaving this all in the black man's lap. So she failed because the black men didn't vote. Okay, first and foremost, let me just say this. No, the black men didn't fail the Democratic Party. I'm getting tongue tied, ladies and gentlemen, because when I get real excited, I get tongue tied, all right? But no, they didn't fail them. No, you need to go to the people that's benefited from you. Let's just take a relationship. Let me take it here. Doggone it, I'm over 10 minutes here. But let's go to a relationship. Okay, let's say, ladies, let's say you're dating a guy. Okay, but it seems that his priorities are somewhere else. Okay, but you're giving him everything that you possibly have resourceful. Okay, we're just gonna say, I don't know, maybe cook or whatever. I don't know, whatever, whatever you do. Okay, listen here. But he's pouring in to the other person. Guys, same thing. Okay, you giving your all to this female. But she is giving her attention to Jody, as my dad would say back in the day. She's giving her attention to Jody. All right. So what are you supposed to do? No, by all means, whoever is benefiting, that's where you go, and that's where you need to get all of your resources from. So, Democrat, that's where you need to go. That's who you need to shift the blame on. Whoever benefited the most that didn't vote for you. Okay, let's look at LGBTQ. Okay, same with them. Okay, I had somebody come and tell me, hey, look here, don't hate the messenger. I'm just putting it out here because it's got to be said. Look here, they didn't want that. Let me tell you, gay guy came to the family business and he talked to me and he kept it straight. He told me, Diva, let me tell you something. He said, I'm a gay man, unapologetic. I am who I am. He said, however, he said he was not for all that trans. He said he wasn't for that. He wasn't for all the nails and the hair. He was more like the Anderson Coopers. He said he wanted to be respected like Anderson Cooper. But that's not what you've seen on TV, okay? And so there were a lot of people that were pushing back. I know that that's not what you want to hear, and that's not what you will hear in the media. But that was a lot of pushback. I'm telling you right now, in the black community, but I didn't know from the LGBTQ until this guy told me at the family business, okay? So I just thought I would let you know, but I'm gonna tell you how they did you. Let me tell you what you were worth. They gave you, they gave them the money, the cars, the hotels, the free air flights and things like that, all the resources. Okay, let me tell you what you were worth. You heard that they were $20 million in the hole. They gave you concerts. Concerts? No. But that's what they gave you. No, black people don't want no concert. Okay, and those people, they won't even, the concerts that they have, when they come into town, trust me, I know radio. I'm telling you, I came from radio. Those very people, you can't even afford their tickets. They will go to an all-white town and have those concerts and sell those tickets outrageously. I know what I'm talking about, okay? So anyway, what about the black vote? What about the black vote? Nobody's talking about the black vote. It's like the black vote didn't even exist. No one even talking about it. Check it out. When you look at mainstream, I want you to check it out. It's all about the Latino vote. Point your finger. What about that white Democrat man? What about that white Democratic woman? I'm telling you right now, they did not vote for it. I'm telling you, they didn't vote for Kamala either. And I'm going to tell you how I know this for a fact. Back when I was on the Democratic plantation, let me just make this real clear. Yes, I've been off that plantation about 20 years, ever since I got in radio and television, when I really opened my eyes up to some things and the way that they were doing. Let me tell you something. Black people would campaign. They would, try to run for office. Those white people would not canvass for black people. They would not go out and knock on doors for black people. No, they would only do it for the candidate that was the incumbent. I mean, the person that was going against them, okay? Yeah, that's what they were doing, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what happened here. No, it wasn't just black people that didn't vote for Kamala. No, it was white Democrats that didn't vote for Kamala. And I'm telling you, just like Joe Biden, they said Joe Biden they thought it was kind of snubbish because on the day of the election, she was wearing red. But it don't surprise me. She can wear what she wants to. But it wouldn't surprise me if she voted for Trump, okay? Regardless of how they fall out and how they may appear not to like each other, at the end of the day, behind those closed doors, baby, it's a whole new ball game, okay? How do I know this? Because Diva has white friends, okay? I got white colleagues, and they'll tell you what time it is, and I know how it is, growing up and going to an all-white school, but, working in all white establishments. I know how that is, okay? And I know how they get down. Yes, they will sit there and talk about one another, but they're not going to go against one another for your black behind. You can take that to the bank and nobody can't pay. Y'all may not can take what I'm saying, okay? And feel free to leave the hot flash room, okay? Because I know it's very hot right now, okay? But I have to say what it is. What about the black vote? They don't even care anything about your vote because, again, they have built a whole new voting block. They don't have to have your black vote no more. And you are the very ones, black people up there, clowning the most on other black people because other black people can see through it, okay? And then the ones with the money. Listen, and I'm going to come to a close, doggone it, because I've gone over. But let me say this, rich black people, they are going to benefit off the Trump administration. If he is doing all the tax cuts for black people, for rich people, you are going to benefit. So what I'm saying to you, family, they're going to benefit regardless. So, yeah, of course, we showed them. Y'all did. Y'all showed them your book, regardless if you're getting up singing, twerking, and all that kind of stuff and making appearances, that didn't mean anything to us, okay? We down here in the struggle. We're the one paying these grass prices, $5 for eggs. And yes, eggs was $5.19. 1 dozen. I just bought some for my parents the other day. I'm telling y'all, yes. So they're not having to go through that type of stuff. Where they are, they have people who bring their food and they can eat anywhere all over the world, okay? They don't even have to be in the U.S. if they don't want to. They can go out of the country anytime. So what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, my question again, what about the black vote? You better think about it. If they didn't think enough of you to at least acknowledge you on television, mainstream, about how important the black vote is, they're telling you what they think of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Fiery Diva, and this is the Hot Flash Room. And there's nothing hotter than a hot flash.